And of course, now she swings by to say hello.
Love you.
Alright, love you too. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Minions of the Zoo. I am your host, Johnny Hellcat. And with me today is Minion, hey Camel, who is quieting his dogs at the moment. So he will be in shortly. We'll running a little touch behind today as I was playing tech support. And yeah, heaven forbid. How's it going, Camel?
Could be better, could be worse. It's a day off from work, so that's always nice. Playing a little video games before started the stream.
What were you on?
Was it Empire Total War.
No,
I'm playing as the Prussians.
I had tried. I got through the tutorial, so that we have gotten that far. Which is...
Oh, I don't do any of the actual like battle. I'll do simulation for that. You know, I just built the armies and the territories.
Well, yeah, they kind of just throw you in and just be like, "This is what you have to do," and I'm like,
Johnny, was that your smoke detector?
No, that was the, that is the microwave.
I'm just fucking with you, dude.
You know, say, what smoke detector?
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's like, are you fancy enough to have a smoke detector, Johnny?
We just have a carbon monoxide detector that just.
Are you up to code?
For any potential listeners, yeah. Of course I am.
Why wouldn't I be? What are we talking about here? But of course.
We're always up to code.
No, man, it's been above 100 degrees all fucking week. So I decided to take it easy on my day off. It's like, I'm staying where there's central heat and air.
Speaking of air, yeah, my office building has been the air conditioner went out, and so they a couple of the people who were working in the office, one of them hyperventilated because it was so humid in there, and she was sent home. And
I've never had that happen, nor have I witnessed it. That's some shit I've only ever seen in movies and TV.
I was on a call with this lady, and she sounded like she was just going to stop breathing. And I'm like, you need to go home.
Oh, Rotten's going to the range tomorrow. Hey, that's cool.
I should do that. I haven't gone in a while.
One of these days.
But then again, I want my gun to go to the range with, and I can't afford both, so I kind of have to.
I was actually looking into going to a range where, like, I would rent, you know, and try out a couple different things. So see what I like.
Most of the time, there isn't a huge selection of at least handguns that our site has. It is like for handguns, it's usually like you have your Glock 19. They have a couple of Glocks. They have a 45 there. And then a few revolvers. 357 that I've tried. And I tried the 38. I like the 38 more than I like the 357. The 357 was really heavy, like uncomfortably heavy, as far as revolvers go.
Sorry, I had dog barking.
He's still barking.
No, that's a different dog. Yeah. And there he goes again.
That's fun. Yeah. That's what I heard. You can shoot 38s with the 357, which is all well and good, but at least the model of 357 that was there was just so dense that it was uncomfortable in my hand. Like, it was like, it just had, I don't know, it didn't mesh with me, so it wouldn't have worked. Wouldn't have worked for me.
The dogs are all going outside now. Oh.
So other than that, how are things?
Here says his job is Hoth.
Ice Planet.
I was hoping that was the reference, because, yeah. Maybe he was just saying hot and accidentally hit N, too. Or H, I mean.
Or he's got a gap in his teeth and can't say it without the lisp.
Got the Mike Tyson going on.
Yeah. It's very hot out here. It's very hot.
It's Hoth. It's damn Hoth. No, other than that, man, like, not much going on today. Just trying to relax and beat the heat.
I have been trying to keep my nose out of politics as long as it's been, because it has just been, oh, have you heard of this? And I'm like, I don't care. I don't care. I just don't care.
I popped on to Twitter long enough earlier to see a pro wrestler had died. Don't know the circumstances, but dude was only 36.
From my understanding, he was relatively unhealthy. Like, just health conditions wise, not like sick.
I tuned out of wrestling a long time ago, but every now and then I'll see something pop up, like on Twitter related to wrestling. I'll go peruse. But yeah, dude, I mean, like, he was like 2 years older than me. He was younger than you, Johnny.
Yeah. No, that's horrifying. When
that's what I don't like about like adulthood is like mortality just staring you right in the face.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Hey, guess what?
Hey, you remember that guy you saw on TV that's much more famous than you are? Yeah, he's 5 years younger than you, and he's dead.
That's how the first time I felt that was Anton Yelchin.
Yeah.
Like, dude was literally like a month younger than me. I was like, wait, he's dead? What?
Of course, like, that's quite possibly one of the worst ways to go.
Yeah, just out checking the mail. Fuck.
And then crushed by your own vehicle.
I was going to leave it vague.
I'm not about subtlety.
Yeah, I've noticed.
But, yeah, let's say hello to everyone in the chat here. We have the Assassin of the Grey, Rotten Corpse, James Colley. I got Tyr there. Hey, Cynic. There's Badger. Addy. How you guys doing?
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Dr. Nick.
I was going to say, it's been forever since I watched The Simpsons. I didn't know if that was going to land.
Of course it is.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
So,
I think I've discovered that I am not a people person.
you just discovered this?
Well, I've known this, but
You're making it sound like it's just like some new revelation, Johnny. Like, I could have told you this 5 years ago, man.
But, like, people, like, okay, a coworker of mine is going through some shit, to quote her for example, and I'm just like, oh, I had a question about this case. If you have time, by all, you let me know. Hey, Cryptic. And if not, that's fine. We can meet up sometime and we can talk it out. And she sends me this 10-mile text of everything that has been happening to her in the last week. And I'm like, this is a lot to take in. Like,
No, that's where you just send back, too long, didn't read, congratulations or I'm sorry, whichever.
yeah, I'm like, yeah, that's, I'm like, we get along well, but we don't get along that well. But no, she's a nice lady, and I'm just like, just if it feels better to let it out, just go. But keep in mind, I may or may not read it.
Speaking of not reading, like that's like cemented my loss of hope for humanity is working at my job. When we get there, like we start cleaning and stuff, so got 3 entrances to the place. 2 on one side of the building, 1 on the other. We'll close one of the 2 entrances on the one side, lock it up, and I used to put a sign up on the door, like right above where somebody would reach for the handle to pull the door open. This door is locked. Please use the next door. Arrow pointing, everything. At one point, even put it in fucking Spanish underneath. So you had bilingual. This door is fucking locked. At least half a dozen times every night, people would rattle that fucking thing like they were trying to just break it loose.
Let me in.
And then they'd get upset with you, when they walk in the other door, like, why's that door locked? Because fuck you, that's why. I got my reasons.
Yeah, it's
But yeah, nobody reads signs anymore at all. Yeah.
Nope.
How many times? Like there's like 4 or 5 different signs hanging from the ceiling, pointing you the direction of the bathrooms, the restrooms. I can't tell you how many times somebody will walk in any of the doors and go to the exact opposite side of the building looking for the bathroom.
I typically, and this is for like if I'm new to the area, I do a once over, just one lap around the outside, see if I can find anything that states a bathroom is this way. And if I can't see it, I'm either blind as fuck or it's not there. Like the sign's not there. So then I go in and they're like, oh yeah, it's right over there to the left. Like you probably.
I mean, I used to have fun with it. I used to have fun with it at times too. Cause like I couldn't tell you how many times somebody would be standing underneath one of the signs, be like, "Hey, where's the bathroom at?" And I just point up.
Hey, 6.
How's it going, 6? And then they're just looking at the ceiling like, what? Huh? What?
I remember when I was an appliance salesman, I was about to run.
I
back.
weep for humanity, Johnny.
I was about to run back and pull a couple of microwaves, and I got stopped at the intersection. And the way that our store was set up is plumbing and appliances were right next to each other. And the back end of the appliance section was refrigerators. Like big,
You can't miss them.
yeah.
Somebody missed them.
This guy walked up to me at the intersection, and where the intersection is, I am standing in front of the refrigerators, mind you. And he goes, "Hey, where are your refrigerators?"
Did you do like the meme, like the Will Smith, like ta-da?
Uh, I was close. Like, at first I thought he was joking because I'm just like, am I that big? Like, do you not
like,
see through
like you
me?
call me fat, sir? Like,
And I'm thinking
you know,
like,
in some parts of the country that might be considered a microaggression.
and I'm thinking because I've done this before, to where I'll ask someone in a very sly, like quasi sarcastic tone, where something is when we're standing right in front of it, and I'm like, I just point my finger behind me and I'm like, right here. Like thinking of all the ways I could answer this question that's not gonna get me in trouble. And I just slowly point behind me. I'm like, they're right here, and they stretch back over there. Oh, okay. Like he completely did not know that it was there in the first place. Like
Just full on space cadet.
as we were watching, we were talking about Total War Empire. Like that map, that part of the map was just dark and dead. He hasn't explored that part yet. It's like, oh shit, there's refrigerators here. Like, I don't know, like it bothers
generally, like if I'm going to a place that I know, I go in, get what I'm there for, and I'm out. You know, if it's some place I haven't been before, it's like, yeah, I'll take a lap. You know, look around, see what they got, what's what.
I want the chance to I would rather look stupid than lazy. Like like just take a lap, be like, oh, where are your refrigerators? Oh, right there. Oh, I'm a fucking idiot. Like, sure.
Yeah, because then I can walk up and be like, hey, like, I'm stupid. you know, just right off the bat, that way, like, oh, okay.
And there's like one shelf actually that had accessories on it, like hoses, vent tubes for the dryer, uh, just other mechanical shit that you could have just that goes with the appliances. And he's like, "Hey, do you have any more of these?" And I just point to the thing right there, and he goes, "Oh, so I'm blind." Like, okay.
Now, there's sometimes though, like at work, if I see someone like looking for the bathroom, like, oh, hey, that way, like I recognize that waddle. I'm not cleaning that up. Go that way.
And actually, with the appliance store that we had, uh, the bathrooms typically are in the ours was in the front of the store, but most of the other ones in the state are in the back. So anyone who is from out of city is walking around the back, just be like, "Where the fuck are the bathrooms?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, those are up front by self checkout." And he's just like, "Who the fuck put them up there? Like, you walked right past them, sir. Like, like you should have known." There's just sometimes, like, yeah. In that case, I would rather just I would hate to like just walk up to someone and be like, "Hey, where's this?" It's like,
You're standing on it, sir.
Did you not see the giant 500-pound machine behind me? Like, it's all right there. Right there, baby.
Yeah, you probably don't want to call a customer baby. That'll definitely get you sent to HR.
Yeah. Yeah, I have actually gotten really close to getting in trouble a lot with customer service. It's yeah.
I've had a couple of run-ins with management at this gig. It's like, it's a job. Do you like working here?
Define like.
So yeah. Oh man. So I mean, what's been up with you, man? Aside from your work being hot as balls,
Uh,
what's up?
Not much of anything really. Been doing a lot of actual like work, like lawn, yard work, stuff like that.
Same.
Yeah,
Although like I took this week off being triple digits. So it's like Sunday it's supposed to be like 97. I was like, at least there's a psychological benefit of it not being over 100.
yeah.
Hasn't been raining or anything, so I'm not worried about the grass growing too much. Hey, Spud.
Hey, Spud.
But have been working to clear out the house a bit, and I've been doing yard work up until the weather. But have you seen any new movies or anything, Johnny?
Um, not
Through like going to the theater or perfectly legitimate online sources.
not really. Um, I have found I had found my copies of Briscoe County Junior as we were talking about those last week actually.
Wait, we were talking about Briscoe County Junior last week.
Uh,
I do not recall, sir.
that was it was brought up by Bruce Campbell on Twitter. So the like really we as the royal we were talking about,
Ah,
not us in general. But yeah, so because he had actually brought up, I can see if I can find it because that's gonna take some searching. But he did this thing with the guy who played Lord Bowler, and I think the gal as well. If you follow Bruce Campbell, you've seen it.
I am not currently following Bruce Campbell, so no, I did not catch that.
So let's see if I can find. Oh no, not the chick. It was the other guy. Let's see here.
Six says it rained there for the first time in months, and it's been triple digits nearly every day. Dude, after that rain, it must have been so damn muggy. I'm sorry, man. That sucks.
Looks like a New Year's parade
Hmm.
from way back when. From yesteryear.
But yeah, like the last time it was under 100 was week and a half ago, and it was like in the mid to high 80s, and it felt like paradise because there was like a breeze along with it.
It's always good when there's like when you have that like well like in your case it's like the high humidity weather, but there's that nice cool breeze that goes along with it that kind of just slightly evens it out. Slightly.
uh, I mean, usually it's just hot air getting blown in your face though. As soon as you step outside. Oh man, been in the 90s and working in a factory, hot and humid. Yeah, that sucks, dude.
Yeah, not a good time. Um, I think the only other time I've had anything like that happen, there was Yeah, it was at my night job way back when they had the heater busted there in the middle of the winter. So on the
Oh
plus
yeah,
side,
that's always fun.
it was warm, but on the negative side, it was hot as balls in that room in most of their rooms. So they were just like, yeah, it's like the windows would have to be open, and you have like, uh, I'd say it was about maybe somewhere in the range of, uh, I'd say 15 above to maybe 5 below.
On the plus side, I'm hoping to have the house paid off here in the next couple months.
Cool.
Yep. So then that shit heap is all mine.
Yay.
Yeah. I keep hearing about how the tribe will help, fix your house. I was like, well, based on my experience, that's not a great idea, but fuck it. I got nothing better to do. Try and turn around and refinance in this economy? Mm-mm.
Hmm. Yeah, probably not.
But yeah, Camel will have a house. And then it's guns and ammo time.
So, what are you thinking about doing with it?
With the house?
Yeah.
Well, gotta fix it up. Once that's done, live in it. Just pay insurance and property tax. Try and maintain it. I've been working on trying to build up my rainy day fund while I finish paying this off as well. Try and live a
Adult life.
stable adult life. Yeah. Have home equity and whatnot. Really, really have a reason to yell at those kids if they get on my lawn.
Darn kids.
I mean, I could still shoot them just to use less than lethal means. Paintball, but not. Thanks for going with me on that, Johnny.
Got distracted. I missed completely.
Like you wouldn't shoot your kids in a paintball match. Don't act like you're better than me.
Oh no, no mercy. It would. Yeah.
See, I'm just saying I'd be within my rights. Castle doctrine and all. I'll aim for the legs. I'll be, magnanimous in the defense of my property.
No, it is.
See, you save that for the teenagers, right? And you don't, there's still a few, like middle schoolers and whatnot running around in my neighborhood. I don't want to cause permanent injury.
Hey, Sanguine.
Hello, goes.
Oh, just talking about maiming kids with less than lethal rounds.
Oh.
Beanbags.
Antifa?
No, just
Just generic little shits?
just cuz.
Who may or may not be my kids.
Wait, what?
Oh, I was saying, like, I'm
You starting up your own island over there, Camel?
I'm close to paying off Nana Camel's house, and then it will be my house.
Mm-hmm.
I've got to get it fixed up a bit. But after that, I plan on, living there. Only have to pay for, the insurance for the house, pay the property taxes, and, keep a rainy day fund, which I've been trying to build.
Mm-hmm.
So, being a functional adult member of society, Sanguine, that's what I'm aiming for here.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. You still like Domino's.
I don't prefer Domino's. I can eat Domino's. I just like pizza in general.
Like I said, let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Now
I'll eat Supreme if that helps. I'll eat my veggies.
It doesn't.
I don't know. I like, as far as food goes, I have a non-discriminate palate, but I also like it's either yes or no for most things. Like pizza in itself, like I have my preferreds. Domino's is lesser on the list, as it should.
Of course.
Little Caesars is also down there.
That's cardboard covered in cheese and tomato paste. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
That's something you got to eat immediately after they hand it to you over the counter.
It's like that Jim Gaffigan joke about French fries. Like, if you microwave it, it just becomes packing peanuts.
Yep. Sorry, grabbing a different glass, so you'll hear tinkling of various chalices and glasses there.
You have chalices.
Yes, chalices. Have you never heard the plural of chalice?
No. Just the fact that you have a chalice.
We generally call them pimp cups, Sanguine.
I have several chalices, and then I have a handful of wine glasses. I have whiskey glasses. I have various sorts of beer glasses.
I have my mason jar, and that is.
I have I was gonna say I've got mason jars and Eskimo Joe cups. So yeah.
Not all of us are so fine and fancy as you two.
Hey man, Eskimo Joe's is awesome. All right. Everyone should eat at Eskimo Joe's.
I don't even think we have one of those around here.
It's a Stillwater thing. It's a restaurant in Stillwater, Oklahoma, where they've got the university, or Oklahoma State University. You got Eskimo Joe's, Taco, Mexico Joe's, I think.
No, it's Eskimo Joe's.
And
is it a law that every restaurant in your area has to be something Joe?
No. Like Stillwater's not my area. I used to live up there for a time.
Is it a law in Stillwater that every restaurant needs to be Joe? Because thus far we've had Eskimo and Taco.
No, it's not Taco. I believe it's Mexico Joe.
Oh, Mexico, sorry. Mexico Joe.
Well, there's also like an Italian place too. Like the Italian and Mexican places are spinoffs of the original Eskimo Joe's.
Joe's are ready?
So
I don't remember.
Joe's, and there is an Eskimo Joe's.
Or is it Pizza Joe?
Wouldn't a Mexico Joe just be Jose?
Yeah.
I mean,
wait, wouldn't that make it so that it's Mexico Hose?
He is north of the border, so like you would anglicize it, and
Mexihose.
It's like you got Chicago Mike in chat for like monkey and everything. This would just be Mexico Joe.
No, it would be Mexico Hose. It wouldn't be Mexico Joe's. It would be Mexico Hose.
I was saying, this is in Stillwater. This is north of the border. So we're calling him Joe now that he's here in the States. He's from Mexico. That's Mexico Joe. You see the progression here? It's logical. It makes sense.
I suppose, though, seems like it would be the polite thing to pronounce his name properly and let him be known as Mexico Hose.
See,
Joe assimilated. He was a good immigrant.
Ah, okay. He
His
knew
name's
that
Joe
we want your
Gutierrez
food,
now.
we don't want your culture.
What? We just
You
want your
knew that
food.
we
We don't
want
want your
your
culture.
food, we don't want your
Exactly.
culture?
Yes. Yeah.
not my Mexico Joe.
Right.
I hope you guys realize now that I
overthinking it,
said that
Sanguine.
out loud, that is going to become one of my go-to ways of phrasing that.
Mexico ho.
No, we want your food, we don't want your culture.
Yeah. Exactly.
Keep your
Give
And the
us
thing
some
is,
noms and nobody gets hurt.
Keep your racism out of this and just feed me.
Oh, that just reminded me of a funny YouTube short that I just saw not terribly long ago. It was someone, I'm not sure if they were in the army or what branch they were in, but it was someone serving in the military having to do corrective calisthenics, shall we say. So he fucked up and was forced to do push-ups. The person who was forcing him to do it was yelling at him, "Why are you having to do this?" So that he actually kept in mind what he was having to do his exercises for. And his response was, "Racism's no longer allowed in the military. What did you learn? They're people now." That, I was busting a fucking gut.
I saw one. It looked like he was doing a training exercise, and the instructor, comes up to this guy who's laying prone, looking around a corner. He says, "Snap! Like, your whole squad just lost their legs. What do you do?" And the dude just starts screaming like, "Ah!"
Yep.
It's like, yeah, I think that about does it, right?
Seems an accurate response, yeah. One moment, you and your buddies are all fine, and bipedal and shit, suddenly half your friends become worms.
I hope that dude aced his performance eval for that. Oh, no. I finished another book. I got the latest of the Jack Carr series. This one's called Only the Dead. It was all right. Manager was kind of pissed because I read it at work after I was told not to be bringing books to work anymore.
You can see that this is going to be a problem here.
I was like, okay, there were 3 of us sitting here. Like, did you talk to the other 2? Just me. Well, you're the only one that brought a book in. I was like, yeah. I also got all my work done.
Unlike all the other camels you've hired here, I do not give a shit.
And it was the same meeting. It's like, so you like working here? I just looked in, like, just deadpan, like, it's a job.
He was expecting you to be like, oh yeah, absolutely. Well, then you know what you should do. You should stop reading your books.
It was funny, like, they called me into the office, like, you're going to chew my ass. Ended up, like, I started making points about stuff going on at work, and he's like, yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. I had him nodding along by the end of it. It's like, all right, so we're done here, right? Yeah. Okay. Later.
In fact, we'd like to hire you, offer you a promotion.
I mean, that would be hilarious if I just office space my way, you know?
What do you really do here?
Hi, Bob. Hi, Bob.
That was a fantastic scene from Office Space. I love that one.
Really, I just fuck around. We'd like to recommend him for management.
Is your systems actually able to, going back to a previous topic here, have you played Phasmo recently?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
I think the last time I played it was the last time I played it with you, so it's been a while.
Yeah.
That's on the goal list after I get the house paid off and start getting it fixed up.
Because I was thinking about playing it, and I'm like, yeah, I got some money. We can do this stuff. And after this last update, they've actually reset everything. So so you're starting from scratch.
Okay.
So you're back to 0.
That's fine.
And I'm like, oh. And so as you're building your levels, you start with like basic bitch shit.
I'd heard Monkey talking about it, about him and Bubba Hotep playing.
Yeah.
So,
but Bubba's helped us out with it as well.
I mean, I was the truck bitch anyway, so like.
Well, I have to say we have a new truck bitch, and that is THUR. Because he is afraid to even walk out the door.
He's seen horror movies. He knows who's fucking going first if he steps out of that truck.
Yeah, man, rules. But
coincidentally, that stream is called THUR Goes First, and that's exactly what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Well, like you would always wait to ask me to play that game until after I had smoked a joint.
That's the best time to ask you.
It's like you had a fucking camera just waiting. Like, no. Oh, he sparked it up. Give it 20 minutes.
Okay. When you're getting high and when you're taking a shit, those are when I like to interrupt things. I'm not wrong.
Like 7 days it was fine. That was just like cruising around, base building, occasionally like killing some zombies. All right, cool. I could do that stoned, no problem. I just walked around this dark ass house, like fuck was that? What the fuck was that?
At least until like we're playing through a couple hours and all of a sudden like Campbell's just standing still. Like, I think I need to go. Like
No, that was a 7 days stream that happened. The girlfriend had company over and they were doing dabs, which not a big fan of. Because Johnny, are you aware of what this is?
dabs?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, it's concentrated THC wax, pretty much. And you use a torch to heat up a glass or metal pipe, whatever, pretty much until it glows orange, and then you like touch it to the wax to make it smoke. It's meth for potheads.
Yeah, I was about to say it was meth or crack for potheads.
It's weed crack. And I took a pull off of one of these like their friends were doing, and I hit it like I would hit a joint regularly. Like no, too much. I came back to the game. I was just sitting there, was like, guys, mistakes were made. I gotta go. I'll talk to you later. because I'd realized I was zoned out for like a good few minutes, just like, no, I can't be streaming right now.
You found the land beyond the Eagle's Bowls, is what you're saying?
No, no, it's like a glimpse into a day in the life of Adam. Is what I have to
Mm.
imagine. So I had one other time where I was like that. And I was like, no, it was there was a drink, that a THC infused drink, and they had different concentrations.
Mm-hmm.
And without realizing it, I grabbed like the highest concentration one,
Mm-hmm.
thinking I was getting the lowest concentration one.
Mm.
And like the lowest one, yeah, it was like a around a 16 ounce, but I want to say between like a 12 and 16 ounce bottle.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I think 250 milligrams THC, something like that,
Mm-hmm.
or whatever the scaling system is. I got the one with like 1,000. Take a couple of swigs, and like I'm already at like half a bottle.
Mm-hmm.
End up drinking like twice what I thought I was getting, for the whole bottle. And then everything started to move really slow and really fast at the same time.
I
Sounds disconcerting, to say the least.
A little bit.
I remember my first time getting that type, where it's like time stops. My sister, we were getting ready for my dad's wedding. His wedding was coming up that weekend, and so we went from where I was living at the time, where my mom, cause she was going to college in Missoula, and we went from our house like an hour and a half out of the way uh, to Missoula, and we were smoking out of a tin can then.
Mm-hmm.
The old Mountain Dew pipe, as it were, and I get to where like I'm so high I end up falling asleep, and then I wake up maybe like 20 minutes later, and they're like, "Oh, good, you're awake. Here, do this again." And I'm like, I don't know, like if I should do that, because I want to stay awake. And they're like, "It'll be fine." So I end up doing it again. I once again pass out.
It was not fine.
The Morgan Freeman in the background. It, of course, was not fine. So we get to Missoula, and they're like, "Okay, well, we'll head upstairs and blah 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 blah." Then my sister's introducing me to her college friends, and they're like, "Yeah, we have this pipe you can hit from." I'm just like, "Do I have to?" like, like I really don't want to. And they're like, "Yeah, that's fine. It'll be fine. Just do it." Okay. And keep in mind, I'm still completely obliterated from the last time, and that's just from the pop cans. So I get to partaking, and I am just a space case then. Like, I'm that guy sitting in the corner who's just like there, and then you're like, "Oh shit, John's still here." Like, okay, yeah. And then I pass out again, and I am awoken at about an hour later to a girl leaned over and she goes, "Oh, he's adorable." And I'm like, well, hi. Like,
Thank you, but why are you so close to my face?
and I come to and start to kind of piece things together in my state. And this gal is quite possibly one of the most attractive women I've seen in my high school time. And she's we're back up in the room where I had previously partaken from the pipe, and they're like, "Hey, we brought a bong," and I just go,
This is going from bad to worse.
I just go, "Oh God, like no, like this is not."
Please, no.
So she's like, "Well, it's my birthday."
It's always somebody's birthday, Johnny.
Well, that's when I discovered that is just a line.
You gotta dare to resist drugs and alcohol, man.
It was girls that made it happen, sir, not the drugs. But so I partake again, and I make it to the second rip, and then as soon as I inhale, and as soon as I let it go, it was just like, like I'm just like, I have gone far too far. Like that leash has just been snapped, and I am completely out of my mind high. And I just
starts falling backwards in slow motion. Voodoo Child starts playing.
Well, what I ended up doing was I went full Kenny McCormick by flipping my hoodie up over and just drawing the strings slowly until my face just disappeared.
If I can't see you, you can't see me.
And
Classic logic.
I the last thing I remember is me just yelling, "Don't look at me!" And I just, like, everyone around me is just laughing their ass off, and I'm just like, "Oh my God, I don't know what's going on here."
So, listening to that story, Camel, am I alone in thinking he was talking way too much, and that's what prompted this?
No, he probably wasn't saying a word.
I barely said a thing.
See, I was picturing.
I imagine the internal monologue may have
the...
been off the charts, though, but
I just imagine him chatting during the road trip portion until his sister's like, okay, we're going to knock him out.
Oh, no. Like, they had no idea what was going to happen to me. Like, because it was mostly me just talking about, you know, if we go here, what are we doing when we get to Lincoln? Where in Lincoln is the wedding? Come to find out, the wedding wasn't in Lincoln. It was in Ovando, an even smaller town. And so, yeah, I was like, okay, well, like, what are we doing? Is there a huge thing? Is there just go to the wedding, go to the bar? Like, what are we doing? And yeah, you know, mainly what are the plans for the weekend? And
turns out they were keep you in oblivion for the entire time.
We are gonna make you the happiest man alive, and I'm like, no, you're not. It was not a good time. Because then, after I passed out that last time, I came to, and my sister's like, we're going to the bar. You're going to come with us. And
Johnny's like, please, no.
And I go, I am way, way, way too high to pass as a 21-year-old. I am 18 at the time.
Yeah.
There is no way in God's green earth anyone is going to buy that I am not 21. that I am 21. Like no one's buying that shit. It's bad enough that my sister had a fake ID at the time. I think she was 19 or 20. And the ID that she had made was from Idaho, and it looked like absolute garbage. To the point where I even knew, I'm like, that's a fake ID. Like, and I'm not saying this because I know who you are, Janet Reno. Like, there's that wasn't the name on the ID, but
that would have been hilarious if it was.
Condoleezza Rice?
But
just all the fake IDs are just different politicians' names.
Janet was on the thing, but I ended up calling it Janet Reno just because it was there. But yeah, I was like, no, like there's nothing on this car. It's like, it looks like it was laminated with like that at-home Kmart shit that you see. And it's like no one's gonna buy this. Apparently, at that time in that place, they didn't give a shit.
Mm-hmm.
That was before they did the major crackdowns on fake IDs or anything. I mean, they like if it was blatantly obvious, they would have taken it away. But like, if it was like a moniker passable, they'd been like, yeah, all right.
Not my kid.
And I'm like, and I go, okay, so you have the fake ID. What do I have? And they're like, you'll just have whatever we give you. Okay, like, so they're just gonna buy. They're just gonna buy me a drink and give it to me, because apparently, if I start drinking in a bar before anyone cards me, that's gonna be like the magic pass. Like, they're already in trouble. That means they're gonna get rid of me faster. Like, it's not gonna be like, oh, he already started drinking. I guess we're kind of stuck having him here.
Yep.
That's not how it's gonna work. And
it's not a, oh, you've tricked me, you little rascal. Okay, here's your whiskey.
Yeah. But yeah, it's the partier's mind, I guess. I don't know, but I ended up going back to her place and bumped into a friend of mine from high school because my sister was living in the dorms, and oh, so yeah, she was about to turn 20. And yeah, I bumped into a friend of mine from high school, and she's like, "Oh, hey, how's it going?" And I'm just like, words, think, stuff. Like, I can't talk to you right now. I am just incredibly inebriated in every facet. And she's just like, she knew exactly what the hell was going on, and she's like, it was just absolutely hilarious to her. She's like, I would have never seen you like this in high school. So like, it's funny to see you like this now.
Mm-hmm.
I was an innocent, fawn-like creature, I guess. I don't know. That was my coming of age area.
Nice. Yeah, for me, I've never experienced that because I'm completely teetotaled on anything but alcohol.
Like, to be marginally honest, I do miss those days. But I'm an adult now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I said, I'm completely teetotaled in that respect, so I have no crazy drug stories. I can drink people under the table, no problem. But
My favorite story um, is when I was up in Great Falls. I was visiting a friend of mine, and we had gone on a beer run. And when we got back, we noticed that because they lived in a split level uh, duplex,
hmm
and there was a conjoined door between both places, which is really kind of weird because it was like blocked off also. So like you could tell the door was there, but it was blocked off on both sides. And so we heard that they were being like over. We were being overly loud. They were being overly loud, and uh, we're just like, fuck it, just combine both parties. You know, what's the worst that could happen? Uh, so we're down there. My friends are, going shot for shot with a bunch of the people there. I am in a zen-like mixture of drunk and high, to where like I can feel both, and they're both like in that perfect spot where like I'm enjoying my evening and I know I'm not gonna get sick.
Yet.
Yeah, yet. I then hear from the porch, cops, and everyone decides they're going out the front door at once.
Yep.
I'm wondering why everyone is running out the door. And I am, of course, slow on the trigger. And she's the gal whose house it is. She's like, I'm trying to get a hold of this guy. I am extremely ready to go. And I'm thinking, I'm the only guy here. This is going to work out for me. But I don't know where my friends are. It is just me, these two gals, and I'm not one to make things like incredibly awkward, and I'm like, I need to find my friends. Meanwhile, outside of this location, kids are being chased by cops everywhere. Like there's random cops just running out of the shadows and just chasing kids who are still running around. And what my friends had done, they had gone out, ran the opposite way from where the cops were, jumped a couple fences, and went back up back up to his apartment. And so they're going to be like, well, let's go on another beer run. We'll just be like, oh, what the hell's going on? And they're also looking for me because they don't know where I'm at when I am in this place by myself. And I'm thinking, I gotta get out of here. So I will go find my friends. I walk out, and I see my friends, because I gave my friend a copy of my key, so that if he needed to use it for anything, he could just let me know, takes the car. I see them get in. They're like, we need to find him soon. And kind of like Butters, like everyone got in the car, and then all of a sudden, like, they start the car, and all of a sudden the back door opens, and he and I come. I'm like, hey fellas, just like still completely oblivious as to what's going on. There's cops tackling kids
Mm-hmm.
just everywhere. And my friend just turns to my roommate and he goes, fucking drive. Just go. Like, so they speed off. Somehow, we all just end up going to an Albertsons. Went on a beer run. And they're like, where the hell have you been? I'm just like, where the hell have I been? Where the hell did you guys go? He goes, did you hear them say that there were cops? I'm like, oh, is that what they said? Like, just completely, like, I wasn't even aware of, like, why everyone was running. I just saw everyone running. And I go, no, that's, and he goes, dude, I am shocked that you got out of there. And I'm like, okay. And come to find out, this party, I was the only one who was over the age of 21.
Ah!
Everyone else, with an exception of everyone who is from my friend's apartment, is still in their teens. Therefore, I
Would have been in big trouble.
had anything else happened, would have been totally fucked.
Yep.
If for nothing else than just being there, even though I contributed nothing to whatever was going on. I just happened to be wrong place, wrong time.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh my god. So yeah, I was like, yeah, I am so glad I decided that I am going to go look for my friends. But yeah, I had no idea anyone in that anyone there was under 18. I think there was only like maybe 2 other people who were at least 18, and yeah, everyone else was either 16 or 17. And I'm like, yeah, you guys need to just like stay away from me from now on.
Yep. Yeah, that is not a good thing to realize that, oh, shit, I could have been in prison.
For a long time.
Mm-hmm.
For every kid that they arrested there. Yeah, could have been contributing to the delinquency of a minor.
Yep.
And there was at least, I would say, 20 to 30 people in that party.
Yeah, that would have been a hell of a long sentence.
Yeah. Gonna have a bad time.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, for me, I've always been teetotaled with anything other than alcohol. And I just have an absolutely monstrous tolerance to alcohol that it effectively doesn't fucking matter. For instance, during the course of this short conversation, I had the bulk of a bottle of wine. Doesn't do anything.
I'd like to see you on edibles, Sanguine.
That would require me to do something other than alcohol.
I know. It'll never happen.
Yeah.
But it'd be funny.
Quite possibly.
I mean, you could even make it into some, like, you know, gourmet confectionery or something.
Oh, yeah, that'd be really easy.
Yeah, it's not like it's hard.
Yeah. all you would do is a THC browned butter, then bake that shit into like financiers. Financiers are these.
You want to bake finance people?
Financiers are these glorious little almond cakes that are just little tea cakes that you would eat with tea, of course, or coffee.
But what does that have to do with finance?
Well, they're called financiers because when they were originally made, they were made in bakeries near the finance sector.
So you got to
And
be
they
rich
became very
before.
popular
You know what
with
you're saying?
financiers. So they got named after the clientele.
Rich man cakes. Okay.
Yeah, the little almond flour cakes. Really delicious. Adam and Inquisitor had some while we were at... And Donkey had some while we were camping, because I baked up about a dozen or so and brought at least, like... I want to say I probably had 6 or 7 of them with me on the camping trip. So each of them got to try some financiers. Delicious little cakes. Ridiculously moist. Fantastic flavor. They are sinful and indulgent in the best possible ways. I highly recommend them to people that like slightly sweet baked goods. Like, they aren't ridiculously sweet. They just have that slight nuttiness and slight sweetness of almond. Really pleasant flavor. Lovely texture. Think kind of like an airy pancake in texture.
Neat. How's it going, Adam?
Hey, Adam. Adam can attest, because like I said, he had financiers while on the camping trip. Including he came up with another way of eating the financier when he roasted a marshmallow and then slapped that sumbitch on one of the financiers. And it was really fucking good like that. Oh, good God.
Hey, Sanguine.
Yep.
I was scrolling Twitter just now. I saw some post that said, no words start with O and ends with O. Would a name not be a word?
So,
And the state of Ohio.
it ends up being a...
I mean, you got
is a
Otto,
word,
Ohio.
normally when they say that, they mean no word that would be in common parlance other than referring to a specific, like,
Than a person or a place?
It would be a word, but in some ways a lot of people don't count proper names as words. Like when you're playing Scrabble, the rules for Scrabble are it has to be a real word, but it cannot be a proper name.
Noun, yeah.
So that's where a lot of those go out, because you would have like Okaboji, or sorry, not Okaboji, it's Oka. There's a area name that I'm trying to remember the name of, and it's like
I mean, there's Oreos,
something like that.
like THUR said.
Say again?
There's Oreos, or Oreo.
Yep, but that's also considered a proper noun. Though it is becoming much like Band-Aid, where Band-Aid is technically a proper noun, but it is also the name of a class of item. Yeah, Q-tip is another good example. Because technically, all band-aids are the collective noun band-aid, but not, well, not collective noun, but the generic noun band-aid. But they aren't, not all generic noun band-aids are proper noun band-aids.
Or bandages.
Well, all of them are adhesive bandages. A band-aid is specifically an adhesive bandage made by one company under the brand name Band-Aid. But it has become a bit of a collective where any adhesive bandage is now also dubbed a Band-Aid, much like how Kleenex has done the same, where not all facial tissues are Kleenex, but all Kleenex are facial tissues. Though also many people use Kleenex and facial tissue interchangeably, which means that you have Kleenex that are not Kleenex, and you have all Kleenex being Kleenex at the same exact time.
It's like every square is a rectangle, but not all rectangles are squares.
Yep, but then make it infinitely more confusing by having it be the same word on each side. Because every Kleenex is a Kleenex, but not every Kleenex is a Kleenex. Since in one of those uses of Kleenex, it's the brand. In one of those uses of Kleenex, it's the facial tissue.
That's the precursor. Sanguine's internet's going out.
Oh, did I just...
You went silent. Went silent for a bit.
At what point of that explanation did I go?
We cut enough to where it wasn't going to go, but...
You're silent.
Well, that cut a bunch of chunk out there. But, no, we didn't miss enough to have you repeat it.
Need a restatement?
We caught you.
Yeah. Specific BRAC term?
Now, were you talking that whole time?
A good chunk of it.
If you did, we totally missed all of that, with an exception of bracket term.
I said it is a interesting thing when a brand name becomes the generic term.
Yeah.
And it creates a very strange linguistic environment.
Jello is one.
But I've been having problems with my computer the past few days just because it has been fucking hot near me. And my computer's starting to have heating issues where it'll trigger its maximum heat tolerance, fucking flip off, and then I'll have to restart it. So I need to start looking into getting a new computer. The only problem is the computer that I want to replace my computer with is really fucking expensive. Because I want to get a computer that will last 5+ years at the minimum.
Yeah.
And be a damn good computer. 5+ years at the minimum.
I've gotten lucky with mine. You know, it's a Costco bought one, but yeah, it's still pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's even odds that if this computer keeps on throwing a fit, that I'll end up going out, getting a just temporary replacement that costs a little bit of scratch, but not as much as if I went for the one that I really wanted. just to try to push out buying a computer by a little bit more and get some more time to save up for the computer that I really want.
How do you hold up
Because
there,
I-
Camel?
I'll just scrolling Twitter
Distractions.
a little bit.
No, I just in case, I had actually invited Prospero to come, but she was taking a trip in the morning, so here's to a safe trip for her tomorrow. But I figured if we were going to do the Scrabble thing, if anyone's going to tolerate our bullshitting of whatever answers we have, Prospero would be the one to do it.
I don't know. I think Prospero would have also lost her shit at Nebraska being a tourist attraction.
No, I'll say, if anyone was going to back me on that one, I think it would be Prospero.
No, Prospero would have called you on that shit.
Probably.
I mean, I fucking dare you to ask Prospero, would you count Nebraska as a tourist attraction?
Tourist site, I think it was.
Close enough.
I vaguely remember the. I vaguely remember the category, but yeah, no, it's. I think that would be a fun one to have her on with.
Nobody goes to Nebraska, Johnny. We've been over this.
Yep.
Carhenge. That is enough.
That is not something that you go out of your way to see. That is something that you're taking a road trip, you're passing through Nebraska. What the fuck is there to see? I need to stretch my legs. Oh shit, there's Carhenge. Sure, that works.
Let's go to
Carhenge.
Does
that have a public restroom?
Let's go to this public tourist attraction called Carhenge.
Nobody says that, Johnny. Stop trying to make it a thing. Nobody says that.
We'll get someone to say
Now, excuse me while I have an old-fashioned.
Nice.
And old-fashioned.
Exactly.
No, it is not. You don't have two an old-fashions. You can have an old-fashioned, as in a singular old-fashioned, because an is a goddamn article, you feckless sons of bitches. You don't get to say that you're going to have several an old-fashions, which if
You
it was
order them one at a
actually
time,
part of the
Sanguine.
fucking name.
Nobody orders more than one.
Bullshit. I do.
Well, then you say, I'll have an old-fashioned, and keep them coming.
No, if I want two at the same time, I say I'll have two old-fashions.
You don't double-fist an old-fashioned. That's just not classy.
No, if they have different types of old-fashions, I will say I'll have this old-fashioned and I'll have that old-fashioned. So I will have two old-fashions.
Two and old-fashioned. Got it.
And if multiple people at your table want to get old-fashions, then you don't say, we would like two and old-fashions.
Do we really need to relitigate like the toilet thing?
You fucking brought it up. You don't get to bring it up and then
nobody
go,
here
why
is
are you
blameless.
talking about
I'm
this?
just saying.
There are no innocent bystanders here.
If you bring it up, it's going to be addressed. You don't get to play that you bring it up. Why are you talking about this horse shit?
Like Tyr just reminded me, yeah, like That's not furniture.
No, the toilet is furniture. It is
No.
sold at furniture stores.
It is an appliance.
It's an article of plumbing.
Exactly.
Those are non-mutually exclusive categories.
I just feel like this is like the Spider-Man meme. We're all pointing at each other.
A toilet is fuck ton more valid than an old-fashioned or goddamn Nebraska.
How's it going, dear?
Doormaster.
Hey, Hammer.
Hey, how it goes?
I know the hell you not talking about shit. Nebraska. You and that goddamn John.
He came in to give you shit about John.
Talking shit. I don't even give a damn about Nebraska. I'm more hurt about that toilet shit.
Hey, Hammer. I'm going to ask a professional question for you. Would you consider Nebraska a tourist destination? Anywhere in Nebraska, doesn't matter where. The floor is open.
Would you consider a fucking toilet furniture, Hammer?
Johnny, if you have to Google it to see
Yeah.
what there is to maybe be seen, I would say no, it's not a tourist destination.
Well, it's essentially when you are like, what to do in Nebraska, and it's like the scenery. That's what you do. Oh, we lost someone.
I guess we lost Sanguine.
Oh man, no, that would be. I think that would be, and that's why I love that game so much. Is because it really works on your bullshitting. If you can bullshit your way into a point with that game, you're not bad.
Oh, what? Hey, what do you know? It's below 80
Fuck.
degrees right now. Only gotta
Can't
wait till like
deal with this
midnight.
shit.
We're at 68.
God, it's cold where y'all at.
Oh no! It's just barely below 80 right now. Like it was over 100 something today.
Oh God, I would love to live there.
Nah.
I dislike the cold. I'm slightly anemic, so I have low blood iron, and cold. I don't deal with the cold very well.
Take an iron supplement.
I
tell you.
I eat more steak and more beef to get iron. So I have an iron. Try to have an iron rich diet.
Hey, keep her down.
Okay.
Hello. Yeah,
But I'm up for playing the game with y'all because I played the last fucking time with that motherfucker with the goddamn John and shit. I'm not gonna get over that shit. I'm still hurt about that one.
Oh, of course. Like the first day, it's going to be under 100. It's actually dropped down a couple degrees, but I got a 40% chance of thunderstorms now. Yay!
You live in Oklahoma, right?
Yeah.
Do y'all get winter?
He almost said me.
Not like you guys in the Northeast or like Johnny, no. But I mean, we get cold
You
temperatures.
get snow.
Not really.
Yeah,
Maybe the occasional dusting.
they get ice.
Yeah, it'll get to where it's cold enough for like a rain to freeze, and then you got trees falling down and power lines and whatnot.
I'll stay in my hellhole that is Baltimore.
And then occasionally it'll get down, negative temperatures. But I mean, for the most part, it's teens to 30s in the wintertime. And maybe if you're lucky, it'll be like 40 something.
God, I need to go find a place that's warm all year round that isn't Florida or California.
Equator.
Huh?
I said that's called the equator.
Yep.
But I don't want to live with the goddamn South Americans or the Africans. And Australia doesn't exist.
That's below the equator.
I know. That's why it doesn't exist.
Let's see here.
God damn.
So I guess if this is Trump's mugshot, like I was expecting better.
I can't wait for Trump's mixtape to drop.
You know, I thought he'd be like this is gonna be like on merch for the rest of all time, dude. Like straighten up a bit. Come on.
Toilets are far more reasonable than either Nebraska or goddamn an old fashioned. You don't order 2 an old fashions. No one fucking goes to Nebraska. You can buy a toilet at a furniture store.
You can buy a toilet at a furniture store, but it's not fucking furniture. There's a huge difference.
Please tell
Johnny,
me
is he doing a bit or?
Please tell me you've been ranting this whole
It
time.
is the truth. You can buy a toilet at a furniture store. It is closer to being furniture, and I would argue that it is because people will
No, it's not.
I
pick their
honestly
toilet
can't tell.
style.
You
based
can't.
upon
Wait a
what
minute,
they
wait a
want
second.
the
I can go to Home
decoration
Depot
of their
and get a
bathroom to
goddamn
be.
toilet. You can't go to Home Depot and get a goddamn couch.
The
Can
actual
you?
shit
Actually-
pipe isn't
Actually,
furniture.
You can get a bed
the
there.
You can't get a couch though. That's what he's trying to say.
can't get a couch where?
Home Depot.
I haven't been to a Home Depot in a little bit.
God damn, try to tell me you can get a
You could absolutely get both at fucking
get what?
Sears.
Actually,
Get what?
You can get a couch at Home Depot.
Where the fuck Home Depot you going to? Like, see the problem is I have
even
a
if you're
limited.
going to try to argue that you can get a toilet at places that aren't furniture stores, you can get a lot of furniture at places that aren't furniture stores.
Motherfucker.
Couches.
Heresy.
Would you count a tub as furniture, Sanguine?
I wonder if he was ranting this whole time and didn't realize.
I wonder if he was there. I'm still gonna call it into question. Fucking toilet, goddamn piece of furniture. Bullshit.
I noticed there's no answer for that one.
Sanguine died.
He's gone.
Ah. Okay, I'm curious though. Like, I wonder if he would consider a tub as furniture.
Wouldn't a tub be more? Well, it's not an appliance, I guess. Huh.
It would be considered plumbing.
Ah.
Same as a toilet. That's my point.
Yeah, I don't know when
Sanguine,
they started
stop
selling.
it.
I don't know when they started selling couches there, but yeah, you can buy a couch at Home Depot now.
I mean, it would make sense, like at a place named Home Depot, that you'd be able to get a couch for your home.
Like, maybe because I go to a Home Depot store and they only have plumbing and some appliances, some basic appliances like refrigerators and fucking stoves and shit. I've never seen a Home Depot in my location. I will use that qualifier that has couches. Yeah, I'm saying they don't exist. Just never seen one. That's kind of fucking odd and weird. Then again, I guess you gotta branch out if you want to make money.
That is true. There are 1,351 available to ship to this store.
You know what it could be? It could be one of those website only things.
Yeah, I think you have to order it from the warehouse. You can't just go to the store and pick it up.
I mean, you probably could go to the store and pick it up, but you can't buy it at the store. Yeah.
There's probably a section in the store where you can be like, I want that. And they're like, okay, it'll be here in about a week.
It'll be here in like 18 days. Go away.
Well, guys, I am starting to fade a bit, so I might go ahead and call it a night.
Yeah, I actually got to get stuff moved around here because I am working from home tomorrow. And,
Bastards.
Yeah. I
gotta go to work.
I need to get my computer set up in there, so I gotta take two of the monitors from here and put them in there. And yeah.
Bastards. I had a whole weekend planned, but my doctor canceled on me. That sucks. But I should be going anyway.
So, are we doing parting words?
Yeah.
THUR, got anything to say?
Watch out for Trump's mixtape. Gonna be fire. I swear.
Him and his new cornrows.
Yo, he gonna get cornrows and he gonna join the Nation of Islam.
Camel?
Muhammad T.
Well, since Sanguine's not here, if you're passionate about something, make sure you devour it. Don't let it devour you.
Alright. And, yeah, I got nothing. And I'll leave it at that. With that, the zoo is closed. Have a good night, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Good night.
I'm going to push the right button this time.